Little Jay's life was tough. His clothes were old and faded from being washed so many times. He lived with his family in a small village in Savaii, Samoa, in a crowded room with thin walls that didn't keep out the cold. Every day was a struggle to find enough food and stay warm. But even though things were hard, Jay had a very kind heart. He would share his small meals with stray dogs, and his laughter would brighten up the streets. His big smile could make even the saddest days feel a little better. Even though he was young, Jay understood how to be kind and caring, and that's something that's more important than words. One cold evening, as the sun was setting, Jay saw an old man sitting under a streetlight. The man's clothes were as worn out as Jay's, and his face looked tired and sad. He was shivering in the cold, and he looked very down. Jay felt bad for the old man. He knew what it was like to be cold and hungry and feel like no one noticed him. Jay reached into his pocket and took out something special, a slightly squashed apple that a nice fruit seller had given him earlier. Jay offered the apple to the old man, his little hand shaking a bit in the cold. The old man looked up surprised, and a little bit of hope showed in his tired eyes. He took the apple with shaky hands and whispered, "Thank you, son. You have a kind heart." Jay didn't know it, but the old man wasn't just anyone. He was a businessman who had lost everything. He had been wandering the streets, feeling lost and hopeless, until Jay's kindness gave him a little bit of hope again. The old man was so touched by Jay's generosity that he wanted to help him. He discovered that Jay was very good at drawing. So, the old man used the little money he had left to send Jay to a really good art school. News of Jay's talent and his kind act spread quickly. People were moved by his story, the poor boy who gave his only apple to a stranger, and how that kindness changed his life. Soon, Jay's drawings were displayed in art galleries all over the city, and every drawing showed his amazing talent and his kind heart. Gap 2S. Jay's life changed completely. He and his family moved into a nice, warm house, and they didn't have to worry about being hungry anymore. He did really well in art school, and his talent grew even more with the help of famous artists. But even though his life got better, Jay never forgot the lesson he learnt that cold evening under the streetlight. He continued to help people in need, and his kindness spread, making a difference in many lives. Jay's story inspired everyone who heard it. It showed how even a small act of kindness can make a big difference in the world. Jay learnt that true wealth isn't about money or things, but about being kind, caring, and believing that kindness can change the world one person at a time. Subscribe, like, and share this video if you find it very interesting.